This is probably the most kind of mathematical stuff to talk about right now, but at the end of the day, it didn't really help me get sales, okay? With the same amount of following, what helped me get sales is by how to get web design clients with the leverage strategy. So this is getting clients for either your web design agency or any agency really, with no outreach and with no paid ads. So you can see up here a little logo, it says Client Catcher. Might make it something a bit better. But this is kind of the first module or first episode in this module to help you get clients for, once again, any agency. So I don't want this is a course. This is my first proper professional free course I've put a lot of effort into for you guys. And I thought this would probably be a good video to start with because my last video where I talked about getting clients got like 17k views, which for my channel is amazing. So this system, okay, it may be boring, it may not be what you want to hear, but it will get you results. And I know this because it's the exact framework that I use to take on as much work as I can handle. So by the end of this course, you will have a clear step-by-step proven system to execute on. You'll be able to focus on simply just doing the designing or managing your agency while leads come to you each day. And you will know how to set yourself up for long-term future success, which I think is really important that a lot of people don't talk about enough. They talk about, okay, here's how you get clients, or this is how you do this job, or make X amount of money. But if you're quitting your job and you're working in online business, you have to be here for the long-term game. You have to have your systems and your processes set up so you can make this money for a long, long time. So moving on, my name's Cameron. I run Next Up Web Design and also the New Rave, which is a free kind of community of probably like-minded people as yourself that want to make money in the space. If you want to join it, it's completely free at the moment. You can click on the link, top link in the description. So the typical way to get clients. So firstly, a lot of you people are probably doing this, and that's cold outreach. So using Instagram DMs, Facebook groups, or Facebook DMs, whatever. Cold call, email, there's a few other different ways. LinkedIn, there's heaps of different ways, okay? But cold outreach. Paid ads, so that's with Google ads, Facebook ads, and also referrals, so that's a good one. So having your family, friends, local network, any past clients you've worked with, and them referring you to get another job. But the issue with this, so with cold outreach, you're spending countless hours each day, taking your time away from what could be doing the design work and growing your agency. With the paid ads, you need to have upfront costs, and obviously your profit margins aren't going to be as good because you're putting a lot of money into those ads. And referrals, once again, is a really good one, but it can actually be really challenging to get referred if you don't have a large current network or you don't really have any past clients that you can build off. So again, how are you going to get referrals if you've got no one to refer you with? So the old way of getting clients is slow, exhausting, and unreliable. But what if I told you there's a better way? So introducing the leverage framework. Now, I'm going to try and explain this in very simple terms. Once again, this shouldn't be very long. It is simple, a little bit time consuming, but it is simple and it will get you clients. So the leverage system, or whatever the hell you want to call it, is a powerful streamlined approach that helps you get clients without having to chase them yourself. It allows you to scale your web design business by creating content that brings appointment setters to you, that then take care of the outreach and lead management for commission of the project sale. Now, before you start saying, oh, great, so now I'm going to go do content and this and that and have to make videos towards getting people to buy my shit, whatever. No, it's a little bit different to that, okay? It's a lot more to it, so I'm going to break down exactly how this works. So step number one, I'll zoom in a bit for you. So step number one is creating content. And then step number two, connecting with appointment setters. Step number three, your setters are going to do the outreach for you. Step number four, your leads are going to book meetings through a Calendly link. And again, I'm going to go through all these nice and deep. Step five, you will close projects on sales calls and you will then send your setter the commission. So you will not be out of pocket or have to hire anyone to do this. So step one, create content. So this is where a lot of people kind of get stuck. So the first step is to create valuable, consistent content that speaks directly to your ideal audience. But in this case, your ideal audience isn't exactly towards business owners, but towards people wanting to make money in online business. So this is, oh geez, look at me there. This is some of my first kind of shorts I made because I thought this is how you do it. So I was making videos targeting business owners. I'd say, hey, if you're a business owner, this can help you. You've got to implement this, do this to make this much money. This is the email sequence, blah, 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 all this rubbish. At the end of the day, it didn't really help me get sales, okay? With the same amount of following, what helped me get sales is by changing my approach and making content towards still in my niche. I still talk about web design agencies, but helping other web designers and helping other agencies, helping people make money online, okay? And the reason to this is it's a lot easier to find people who want to make money than it is to find people who have to send you money. So exactly what I mean by this is it is much easier to build an army of people who can work for you, again, on a commission basis, that can work for you, that find you leads, than it is to go out and make content that connects to the leads themselves. There's a lot more steps involved to actually getting that sale. Can it work? Absolutely. But remember, if you haven't made content before, you've got a small following, just trust me, it's the best way to go, okay? Now, you're going to want to make a content ecosystem. So my favorite, obviously, is YouTube, long form. Reason being, if you're posting short form content, personal branding is huge, and you're not really giving an opportunity for the viewer to connect with you. If they're watching your shorts or reels, they're only seeing you like at a minute at a time of very small edited clips. On YouTube, they're watching 20, 30-minute long videos on you, on your, like if you're doing lifestyle stuff, they can see your vlog content, your day-to-day life, your kind of personality, getting real valuable content, and you're just building that connection with them. So I really suggest everyone starts off YouTube, especially because you can make a lot of things happen with a very small following. And I know that because I've seen it happen myself, okay? But I think it's good to also have an ecosystem and you're posting on all different kind of platforms. And I'm going to dive into that a bit deeper as well. So the kind of content you're going to want to post, again, who are we targeting? How exactly are we doing this? So I make videos on my, agency, making money online. I'm now kind of making more videos related to monetizing skills. So a little bit more broad. But this is a video I recently uploaded where I talk about how to make money appointment setting, okay? So that is exactly, you don't have to be that specific, but that is exactly my target audience. I'm trying to find appointment setters. So you can imagine how many people reached out to me after I made this video. But the reason why I did that was because I had a clear call to action. So in this video and in other videos, I made it very clear exactly what I do and that I'm looking for people to become appointment setters, okay? So once again, you can see, this is just a few screenshots I've took of the people that would reach out to me. Again, you're gonna get a lot of people, but you wanna make sure you're getting quality people. So you can't say, awesome, welcome to the team, let's do this. You gotta run them through tests. You gotta see if they can actually get you leads. You gotta see if they have experience. So again, there is a little bit of qualifying and filtering out to do, but this is the best way to get in contact, because if you are not trying to make content and you're trying to get in contact with appointment setters, it can be really hard because it is easy to get 100 appointment setters, but a lot of those people, if they're working with you and you're not really an authority figure or don't have much social proof, they're just going to be wasting your time. They're not actually going to be able to get you leads. Especially if you go the route where you say, awesome, I want to have 100 appointment setters. I'm going to offer such a high commission. I'm going to offer 50% commissions. No, all these appointment setters you're going to get are going to be rubbish, and they're not going to get you any leads at all. So once you get again, you can work off just one really good appointment setter, but as you ideally build a little army of appointment setters, they're going to do the outreach for you. So they're going to send mass personalized messages to potential leads in your niche, and they're going to update you with the lead status and progress. So you can see here, this is like a collaborative form I've got where my appointment setters can go in and they can put in the name of the current leads, their Insta, the current website if they have one, the status if they're planning on booking a call or not, or if they have, and then reference we just have links to a few photos of the screenshots. So it gives me a good idea. And that's super easy for me to go in, see where we're at, see what calls I have going on, and it just makes it a really smooth and good system. So yeah, so these leads, and again, I'll dive in a little bit as well into kind of the actual outreach strategy that your appointment setters are going to take and how it works. But at the end of the day, these leads via your appointment setter are going to book meetings probably through Calendly because it's super easy to set up. So they're prompted to book a free consultation call with you by the appointment setter where they can take a look at the design mock-up. Again, this will make a bit more sense in a second. You can set 1 to 2 days of heads up notice on bookings, so you do have time to put this together. It's not like, oh shit, I've got a call in an hour, I've got to put this together. So you can say, yeah, I'm getting notifications almost every day of different meetings that are getting booked, and it's super good for the agency. Give you an idea of how to set it up. So of course, you're going to want to have a little bit of info. So you want to get their name, their business name, their industry, their Instagram, additional information, just so you know exactly who's getting on the call. And then you're going to go and close the project on the sales call, okay? So you can see this is a recent one I did. If you need tips and help on, what to say or the structure, what to do, I've got a lot of, if you just go through my channel, I've got a lot of videos where I've showed you my raw actual sales calls. So this is a custom mock-up I did for a videography business the other day. We closed this for like a 1.6K deal. Pretty good. So yeah, just go and watch those, and you are just going to take care of all of the closing and then all of the designing and not have to worry about outreach, okay? And then once you get your money, you can then go ahead and you can send your setter the commission. So you're going to get it, and then you're going to send. You are not going to be out of pocket at all. You do not have to hire anyone out of pocket. It's a super good concept. So this is the power of leverage and scaling, okay? So leverage allows you just to escape the time for money trap. By combining content creation with a team of appointment setters, you create a system where your efforts compound over time. So to make this make sense a little bit more, if you say, okay, awesome, this is cool, but I think I'm just going to keep doing the outreach. It's working for me. I'm getting a few clients here and there. That is good, but you have no leverage. That means whenever you want a new client, unless you're getting like a referral or whatever, you have to go out and you have to spend hours each day doing that outreach again. But if you choose to make content, obviously at the start, instead of there being upfront costs, there's like an upfront load of work. You have to build your presence, you have to get a bunch of good quality videos in, you have to put in a lot of effort. But you just keep doing that same amount of work, those same hours each week, if anything less. You keep making content, but your revenue is going to go up. And the reason for this is because your following is going to go up. There's going to be more eyes on your content. There's going to be more appointment setters, which means there's more people looking for work for you, more deals are getting done, and your revenue is going to go up, but you're just doing the exact same work. You're just doing the exact same content. And that's why a personal brand and making content is so valuable no matter what you do. Forget all this web design, forget agency. If you're watching this and you're just working a 9 to 5 and you want some extra money, but you're happy with like kind of your lifestyle, working your job now, just do it on your lifestyle. Make content, do vlogs, okay? Put your personality out there, because there is literally, especially now going into 2025, everyone is going to be doing this. It's actually pretty insane. And if you don't just jump on the bandwagon right now, you are going to be left behind, and it's going to be a lot harder for you in the future. So listen to me right now, mark my words, start a personal brand. Even if it's just shitty content, just start now. Okay, so this is probably the most kind of mathematical stuff to talk about right now, but I just reverse engineered how to make $10,000 a month with your web design business and establishing how many kind of setters you'll need. So let's say your project cost is $2,000, okay? So you need 5 websites to make $10,000 this month. So goal, 5 projects per month. And again, these are all kind of safe numbers, but just to give you an example, let's say your closing rate is only 50%. Now, I have a very good closing rate because I qualify my leads. I've got very good leads coming through. So again, there's a bit of give or take to do here, but let's just say your closing rate is 50%. Okay, so you close half the calls you're on. That means you're going to need to take 10 calls to be able to close roughly 5 of them and make that 10K, all right? Now, let's say your sharp rate is 70%. That's pretty good. Again, if you qualify them, they're good interested leads, you can easily get that. So 70% of the calls that are booked are going to show up. Well, now you're probably going to need 15 to cater for that, okay? Let's say now our lead rate is 1%. Now remember, and again, I'm going to show you exactly the outreach strategy, but we're giving a lot of free value first. We are offering that. We've told them, hey, look, we have built you a free mock-up for your website. If you're reaching out to the right person, it is 100% possible to get much more than this, but let's just say 1% of the people, so 1 out of every 100 people, look at your message, respond to you, and say, yep, awesome, I'm going to get on the call and I'm going to have a look at this. I'm really interested, okay? Just 1%. So that means you're going to need to send about 1,500 DMs, okay? So if your setter's working just 25 days each month, again, just to give you an idea, they only really need to send 60 DMs a day. And so that is one setter. One setter can handle that, one good quality setter. So all of this is just to put it into perspective that you don't need to go and have to now manage a team of 5, 10, 20, whatever setters. Obviously, eventually, as you want to grow, that's going to be really good. And that's going to be your main job as you outsource the design work and other stuff like that. But you really can just get your hands on one good setter that can do some really good outreach and send you good quality leads to make upwards of 5 figures per month. I hope that's making sense right there, and that's really crazy to think about. So here, this is kind of what I talked about in the last video, my biggest video, where I talked about, the anatomy of a winning script, so what to send. So although you have appointment setters, you need to have a good idea of exactly their strategy to do their outreach, especially if you've got a few that have really good potential, but just need a few tweaks. So these are things, again, in this proven system that I've seen is basically one of the best strategies for outreach. And I will go through in depth, but it's personalization, showing them a problem, and then providing the solution and value, and then a clear call to action, okay? So I won't be too long on this, but personalization. So a lot of people at the moment are looking at AI and AI outreach and lead generation. That's something I even am doing a little bit of kind of research on. But the biggest problem with it, awesome, you're doing mass messages, is really good. But to really get the response rate up is personalization and being really authentic from the start. And that's something that hasn't really clicked onto yet, okay? So if you can stand out in your first message, from the appointment set or whatever, being something specific about the prospect, okay, complimenting them on something. It depends on what niche they're in. This is just a very basic example, but hey man, I loved watching your recent work with whatever on this project or with this brand or whatever. It turned out really great. The color grading was insane, or again, just depends what industry you're working on. But just spending a little bit of time to go through their portfolio, their work, and looking at, okay, what work have they done? What's really good? How can I come off as authentic? Another thing I've seen you can do is, especially because say you're doing like Instagram outreach, sometimes you can only send one message at a time. So you want that to come off as like a customer at the start. So if they're selling something, you say, hey man, I was looking, do you have a website with a bit more info? That is another way you can do it. And then when they respond, you can kind of obviously go into your pitch. Because I don't think it's good if you can only send one message. I don't think it's good to just send a whole long message up front. I get messages like that all the time. I'm not opening them. I'm not reading all of that. Okay. So to sum it up, just personalization and compliments at the start. And then now you're going to want to shove the problem in their face. You're going to want to highlight an issue. So something like, I noticed there was a few broken things in the functionality of your website, or I noticed you don't currently have a website. It could be a game changer if you're currently looking to take on more work. Again, they're just some very basic examples, but it's good if you can even personalize this, but shoving the problem in their face. Next, you are providing them with the solution or value, so they don't have to pay anything. You're offering free value up front. So I've actually gone ahead and built you a free custom website mockup I would love to show you, okay? Now again, this is what your appointment setter is saying. So in their messaging, they would say, oh, I would love to, for example, my appointment setters would say, would you be available for like a 10-minute call with my business partner, Cameron, okay? So they're not saying it's them doing the outreach. But they always say your business partner, which would be you, the agency owner. And this brings me on to the call to action. So a clear next step for them to follow to see the actual mock-up. So again, a lot of people would expect like a video or photo sent to them, but the best way to convert is actually get on the call as soon as possible and talk to them face to face and establish you're a real person. So as the designs are built in software, would you be available for a quick 10-minute Zoom call and I could run through it with you? Or like I said before, with my business partner, Cameron. And then that is when you send them the Calendly link, okay? So you would send them the Calendly link, they would go on, they would book it, and it's a fairly simple concept when you think about it, okay? So you're just putting out all these ways for people to connect with you, okay? Those people being appointment setters, they want to make money online. They don't have to do any service delivery. Think about it. Anyone can send DMs. A few of your family members at home, they can just go and send DMs, okay? It really is a numbers game. So if you've got real people doing authentic, personalized outreach on your behalf, and again, quality people, like they've got their account optimized, they've got content based on web design. They don't need to rebrand it all to your agency. They don't need your logos and everything. Sure, they can say, hi, I'm X name from Nexo Web Design. But getting high quality appointment setters, it really just changes everything, okay? It's just a little bit of work at the start to get yourself out there. So in summary, this is not an answer just for like overnight success, okay? There is work to be done here. It's online business. I'm sorry, there's going to be work. But if you actually follow this framework step by step, I promise you there is no way that you fail to set up a team of quality setters within 30 days, okay? It's really as simple as that. Okay, I know there's work to be done. Oh, did you expect you're going to watch this video and that's it? You got free setters? No, it doesn't work like that, okay? you're going to have to do a little bit of content, okay? And if you need help with that, let me know. It brings me to this, okay? You made it to the end of the Client Catcher module, good job. Link in bio, it's free. I've got a free community, okay, in my bio. You can join, you can talk to me, you can talk to a few people from my team, a bunch of other people doing the exact same thing as you, and you can learn what works and what doesn't, okay? If you still need help, or you maybe want to set up some private coaching or whatever, you can DM me, okay? There's my Insta. I go through all of my DMs every day. I get a whole ton, but I make sure I spend a bit of time each day to do so, okay? So I appreciate it. I know this probably either a bit longer or shorter than you expected for a course, but I want to do a lot more of this, okay? I want to do a lot more of just super simple but clear and actually actionable advice that can help you do different things, okay? I'm actually going to show you. I've got a few different modules coming out. Again, this is all free. I'm doing free education. Let me see if I can find it. But just to give you a little sneak peek right here. So this was Client Catcher. This is going to be all things getting clients as a freelancer, as an agency. I also have the agency blueprint, where that's talking about exactly, you know, how to run and how to scale. And then we've got Backend Boss. So Backend Boss is going to be all of your kind of systems and softwares and things to be very efficient, and also kind of scale. So they're kind of the three modules where, in terms of actual courses, which again I'll put out for free on here on YouTube at the moment. Eventually they might be exclusive to the Discord, and I'm going to give them some cool updated 3D logos as well. But these are things we're going to be focusing on, okay? And I'm still going to have the challenge coming out. If you haven't seen that yet, I started from zero and I'm documenting my journey up to making $100,000 in online business. The first 2 episodes at this rate, depending on when you're watching it, it is live, so you can go and watch them. They haven't really popped off as much, which I expected. Like, you know, it's not as valuable. Well, it is valuable. I'm giving out a lot of information, but it's not a course like this, okay? But it's really about building this transparency for me moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.